If you are watching this video, you've probably been hearing a lot of buzz about Copilot, probably from your client. And you are probably here because you need a quick crash course to learn about the technology and find out how it can help you and your clients transform the way you work. In that case, you've come to the right place. Microsoft 365 Copilot represents the biggest productivity shift since the introduction of the personal computer. Your clients are being bombarded with AI hype from every direction. They need someone who can cut through the noise, help them understand what's real, what's possible, and how to adopt AI responsibly and effectively. That someone is you. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Copilot works, why it's safe to use with your company's sensitive information, and most importantly, how to use it to save you hours every single week. Let's dive in. Okay, so Microsoft didn't just slap some AI onto their products and call it a day. They built Copilot on 6 foundational pillars that make it actually useful and actually safe for real businesses. Let me break these down because each one matters to you. First, it's grounded in your business data. Here's the thing that makes Copilot different from ChatGPT or any other AI you've played with. ChatGPT knows the internet. Copilot knows your company. It knows who you work with, what projects you're on, what emails you've sent, what documents your team created last quarter. This means when you ask Copilot a question, you're not getting generic internet answers. You're getting answers based on your company's actual information. That's powerful. Second, enterprise grade security. I know what you're thinking. Is it safe to put my company's confidential information into an AI? Yes, because Copilot uses the exact same security that's already protecting your email, your documents, and everything else in Microsoft 365. If your company trusts Microsoft 365 with sensitive data, you can trust Copilot with it too. Third, it protects your data at every level. Your data stays in your company. It never leaks to other companies. If you're in marketing and someone in finance creates a confidential budget document, Copilot won't show it to you. It respects permissions. It knows what you're allowed to see and what you're not. Fourth, it's built into the apps you already use. This is huge. You don't need to learn some new complicated tool. Copilot is right there in Word when you're writing, in Excel when you're analyzing data, in Outlook when you're drowning in emails, in Teams when you're in back-to-back meetings. It's where you work, so there's no friction, no switching between apps, no copying and pasting. It just works. Fifth, IT has complete control. Your IT team can manage Copilot, monitor how it's being used, and set policies for what's allowed and what's not. This isn't the Wild West. It's controlled, governed, and managed. Sixth, it gets even better over time. Copilot can connect to your company's other business systems through plugins. So it's not just Microsoft 365 data, it can eventually include your CRM, your project management tools, your custom business applications. The bottom line, Microsoft built this for real businesses with real security requirements and real compliance needs. This isn't a consumer toy. This is enterprise AI done right. All right, this slide right here perfectly encapsulates the secret sauce we just talked about. Look at the icons at the bottom. Those represent your content, your calendar, your email, your chats, your documents, your people, and your tasks. That's everything you and your team create. This is the key. Copilot doesn't just read these files. It uses the Microsoft Graph to provide the context. It understands the relationships between that email, that meeting, and that document. Now, here's where the magic happens. It's the overlap between that content and that context. When you ask Copilot something like, summarize the feedback from our largest customers about the new feature, ChatGPT would have no idea what you're talking about, but Copilot, it uses the context of the graph to know who your largest customers are from your CRM data. It uses the content of your emails, support tickets, and meeting transcripts for feedback. Then it synthesizes all of that into a summary. Here's the thing though, and this is important. The better organized your company's data is, the better Copilot works. If your SharePoint is a mess, your team's channels are chaotic, and files are scattered everywhere, Copilot can still help, but it won't be as helpful. This is actually a good thing because it gives companies a reason to clean up their data organization. Think of it like this. Copilot is like having the smartest person in your company available to help you 24/7. But even the smartest person can't help if they can't find the information they need. So the content plus context combination is what makes Copilot different from every other AI tool. It's personalized, it's relevant, it's based on your business reality, not generic information. Okay, I know some of you are thinking, that's cool, but how does it actually work? And is my data really safe? Let me walk you through exactly what happens when you use Copilot. This is going to build your confidence that this thing is secure and trustworthy. It all begins when you type a request in Word, Teams, or wherever you're working. But before doing anything else, Copilot checks your permissions. If you can't access the data needed to answer the question, it stops right there. Copilot can't hack into files you don't have access to or bypass security. It only sees what you're already allowed to see. Then, Copilot takes your question and enriches it with relevant context from the Microsoft Graph, pulling in related documents, emails, and meeting transcripts. This enriched request goes to the AI model, specifically Azure OpenAI, Microsoft's enterprise version of GPT-4. Now, here's what's really important. Look at this trust boundary on the diagram. Everything is happening inside your company's Microsoft 365 tenant. Your data isn't leaving your organization or going to OpenAI, the company. It's staying in Microsoft's secure Azure infrastructure. The AI generates the response, runs through safety checks to catch problematic content, and finally, you get your answer with citations. This is huge for trust. You can verify everything by clicking through to the source documents yourself. So let's address the big questions. Does my data train the AI model? No, absolutely not. The AI models are pre-trained on public internet data. Your company data is used as context for generating responses, but it never becomes training data. Microsoft has clear contractual commitments on this. What if Copilot makes something up? That's why citations matter. Always verify important information against the source documents. Copilot is a copilot, not an autopilot. You're still in control and still responsible for decisions. Can someone else in my company see my Copilot conversations? Only if they already have access to the same data you do. Copilot respects permissions at every level. Your Copilot responses are personalized to your access rights. The architecture is designed for enterprise security from day one. This isn't an afterthought. Security, privacy, and compliance are built into the foundation. All right, now let's talk about what you can actually do with Copilot, because this is where it gets really exciting. Copilot isn't just in one app, it's everywhere. Let me show you what I mean. In Word, you're staring at a blank page trying to write a report. We've all been there. With Copilot, you can say, draft a project status report based on the emails and documents from the alpha project, and boom, it creates an intelligent first draft. You refine it, add your insights, make it perfect, but you're not starting from zero anymore. Think about how much time you spend just getting started on documents. That time is now reclaimed. In Excel, how many of you are intimidated by Excel? Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. With Copilot, you can just ask questions in plain English. What were our top selling products last quarter? Show me trends in customer acquisition costs. Create a chart showing regional performance. No complex formulas, no pivot table nightmares, just ask questions like you're talking to a data analyst. In PowerPoint, building presentations takes forever. With Copilot, you can take a Word document, say a project proposal, and tell Copilot, turn this into a presentation. It creates slides, suggests layouts, adds speaker notes. You still make it beautiful and add your style, but the heavy lifting is done. In Outlook, email is where time goes to die. You spend hours reading threads, drafting responses, trying to figure out what's important. Copilot can summarize long email chains so you can catch up in seconds. It can draft responses in your writing style. It can pull out action items so you don't miss commitments. Imagine getting back even 30 minutes a day from email management. What would you do with an extra 2.5 hours per week? In Teams, you're in back to back meetings all day. You can't be in two meetings at once, but you need to know what happened in both. Copilot can summarize meetings you missed. It can tell you who committed to what. It can surface key decisions. It can even answer questions during the meeting based on the conversation so far. In Copilot Chat, this is the secret weapon. Copilot Chat works across all your Microsoft 365 data. You can ask questions that span multiple apps and data sources. What are the biggest risks mentioned in our Q3 planning documents, and who's responsible for addressing them? Copilot searches across SharePoint, Teams, email, and calendar to synthesize an answer with citations. Catch me up on the Wilson project. It pulls together recent emails, meeting notes, chat messages, and documents to give you a complete summary. This is where Copilot becomes truly transformative. It's not just making individual tasks easier, it's making you smarter and more informed across your entire job. Here's the thing. All these capabilities working together means you're not just getting incremental improvement, you're getting a completely new way of working. Less time on repetitive tasks, more time on creative thinking and strategic work. Less time searching for information, more time using that information to make better decisions. That's the promise of Copilot, and it's not future tech, it's available right now. Finally, Microsoft built Copilot on four foundational principles that ensure it's not just powerful, but also trustworthy. Principle one, security. Copilot doesn't create new security vulnerabilities. It uses the exact same security infrastructure that already protects Microsoft 365. Multi-factor authentication, conditional access, device compliance, threat protection, everything you already have in place applies to Copilot. Your IT team already knows how to secure Microsoft 365. Copilot doesn't require new expertise or new tools. Principle two, compliance. If you work in a regulated industry, healthcare, finance, legal, government, this matters. Copilot meets the same compliance standards as Microsoft 365, SOC 2, ISO 27001, GDPR, HIPAA, and dozens more. Copilot interactions are auditable. Compliance policies apply to AI generated content just like human generated content. Your compliance posture stays strong. Principle three, privacy. Your data is your data. Microsoft doesn't use it to train AI models. Your prompts and responses stay within your company's tenant. Microsoft has clear contractual commitments on data privacy that are enforced through the architecture we discussed earlier. If you handle sensitive personal information or confidential business data, Copilot respects your existing privacy controls. Sensitivity labels, information protection policies, access controls, they all work with Copilot. Principle four, responsible AI. Microsoft has defined six principles for responsible AI: fairness, reliability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. Here's what this means practically. Fairness. AI shouldn't perpetuate biases. Microsoft has built safeguards to promote fair outcomes. Reliability and safety. Copilot provides citations so you can verify information. You're encouraged to check important facts, not blindly trust AI. Privacy and security. We've covered this, but it's worth repeating. Your data is protected. Inclusiveness. Copilot is designed to help everyone be more productive, regardless of technical skill level. Transparency. You can see where Copilot's answers come from through citations. You can understand how it works through Microsoft's public documentation. Accountability. Humans remain accountable for decisions. Copilot assists, but you're still in charge. The bottom line, Microsoft has done the heavy lifting on security, compliance, privacy, and responsible AI. Together, your company just needs to implement governance policies that fit your specific needs. You can trust Copilot with your business data because it's built on the same trustworthy foundation you already rely on for email, documents, and collaboration. So here's where we are. You now understand what Copilot is, how it works, why it's secure, and what value it delivers. You know it's not some experimental AI toy. It's enterprise grade AI built on a foundation of trust and designed for real business use. The question is, what are you going to do with this information? If you're an individual contributor, talk to your manager about Copilot. Share this video. Make the case for why your team should have access. Because the teams that adopt AI effectively are going to outperform the teams that don't. You want to be on the winning side of that divide. If you're a manager or leader, start the conversation with your IT team or your leadership. Don't wait for AI to happen to you. Be proactive about shaping how your organization adopts it. If you're in IT or making purchasing decisions, evaluate Copilot seriously. Build a pilot program, test it with a small group, measure the results, then scale it if the value is there. And based on what we've seen, the value is there. Here's the reality: AI is transforming work whether we're ready or not. The question isn't whether to adopt AI. The question is whether you adopt it thoughtfully, with the right tools and the right approach, or whether you get left behind. Microsoft 365 Copilot gives you the right tool. It's built for enterprise security. It's comprehensive across all your work applications. It's backed by Microsoft's commitment to responsible AI. The opportunity is in front of you. The technology is ready. The benefits are real and measurable. The future of work is AI assisted. And with Microsoft 365 Copilot, that future is available today. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on AI, productivity, and the future of work. And drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. Now go transform how you work. You've got this.